Good afternoon. Today we are going to be discussing or evaluating a problem given that a ship is sinking and only one lifeboat is available there. Now, there are 7 passengers left, but the lifeboat can only accommodate 6, meaning you have to leave 1 person behind. Now, if you have to decide whom among the following passengers will you save, given that the passengers are a 10-month-old baby, a 65-year-old woman, a pregnant woman suspected to be a prostitute, a 12-year-old boy with a 140+ IQ, an athlete who advocates for LGBTQ rights, a doctor who may find a cure for lung cancer but also is a drug addict, and last, the captain of the ship. Before we have a decision, let's talk about the problem. The main purpose of the problem, or the main reason that the problem exists, is because we need somebody to survive. And why? Why do we need people to survive? Because there are various reasons, but this is what we agreed upon. We need this person, or we need survivors to say what happened, why the ship sank, and of course for their value in society. Now, after a very long discussion and evaluation with my group, we have decided that we are going to leave in the 65-year-old woman and the sole relative of the baby behind. Now, there were a lot of factors and other variables we used or we discussed to come up with this conclusion. We evaluated every aspect of these passengers and their cons and pros, but we left the 65-year-old woman behind because of her old age. She's 65, and if we're talking about survivability rate, well, she's better off not going with the passengers, because these other passengers that have a very influential and high survivability rate, in a sense that, for example, the first passenger, the 10-month-old baby. The 10-month-old baby is still young, and we still don't know what it might accomplish in its future. The 10-month-old baby might become the next Einstein, or might become a very important person in the future. So we got that one. The next one is the pregnant woman suspected to be a prostitute. Now, this suspected to be a prostitute is just a suspicion. It's not a definite fact. So it's not actually a liability. And also, same case with the baby, she is pregnant. So whatever she's carrying in that womb might have a big impact in the future if ever they survive. And also, this pregnant woman can be the replacement of the 65-year-old relative of the baby in terms of taking care of it. Now, the third passenger to survive is the 12-year-old boy with a 140+ IQ. Now, this kid is chosen because of its 140+ IQ and what it might bring again in the future. Its intelligence is proven, or is going to be posed. This 12-year-old boy with a 140+ IQ has a very big potential to be something great in the near future. And also, the intelligence it's carrying would be a key factor in the survivability rate of these passengers if ever they are stuck in an island because of trivial questions or trivial facts like where can they find food, if they can eat this, if it's dangerous and stuff. The other one is the athlete who advocates for LGBTQ rights. Now, this athlete is chosen because of 2 main reasons. First is for its influence, on the society, because as an athlete, he or she is very famous, and she's also a LGBTQ rights advocate, wherein he is advocating those who are not 100% fully posed. Those who are not fully accepted by the society. That's why his or her influence is a very big factor to how these things will turn out. And the second main reason is because of his or her ability of being athletic. If again, back to the scenario, if ever they're stuck in an island, this factor will help them survive, where the athlete could provide or help in gathering foods, shelter, and other survivability factors. And the other one is the doctor, who may find a cure for lung cancer but is also a drug addict. Now, lung cancer is a very, very serious health disease nowadays, and finding a cure for it will be a milestone for human society or humankind. Now, downside is a drug addict, but this downside can be overcome by the doctor itself with the help of the other passengers. Nonetheless, its loss, or the loss of this doctor, would be a very big loss to humankind also. And the last is the captain of the ship. Now, there's a very famous saying, a real captain sink with his ship, but at this particular scenario, that's not a good idea, because first is the captain is trained to navigate the seas. So if we are ought to leave the captain behind, then these other passengers' survivability rate will decrease, because no one will guide them, and also the captain will know why the ship sank, or the reason, and the media will gonna be wanting to know what happened. And the other factor is captains are also trained to for this kind of incidents, and the survivability rate that it will help, it will contribute to the remaining survivors, will increase their chance of surviving and going back to society. Thank you.